Okay, so I'm Paul Morgan from British Motorcyclists Federation here at the Motorcycle Live, and I'm here with Carey-Clinch from the National Motorcycle Council. Hi, welcome.
Hi then, Paul. How's things?
Good. I just wanted today just to ask you a few questions about the NMC, how you started it, what your background is in motorcycling. I know you do a lot of adventure riding and that, and maybe you could tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. No, I've been involved in motorcycle public policy now for well over 30 years, and what inspired me to do it? Well, it's about government trying to take away our right to ride, really. But over that time I've worked with riders groups. I had 22 years with the industry, and during the pandemic we decided to start again with reforming the motorcycle riders organisations into a coalition. So relaunching the National Motorcyclists Council in 2021. It's actually brought together representative organisations that have over 200,000 riders. It's really been quite positive. But another side to myself, as you mentioned, is adventure travel. So I work with a company called Globebusters as a tour guide, time to time travelling different exotic places in the world.
And what is it that has attracted you for so many years to motorcycling?
Well, it's the passion, it's the freedom, it's getting out there, seeing the world on a bike, and hoping and trying to strive towards other people having that same opportunity. Hence the reason why I've done all these years in public policy.
I understand this is your 38th show.
Yes, a long time. I've missed two. That's because of travel and adventure. But I think my first show was 1983. Pretty much a young lad by that point. But no, it's been interesting coming to this show over the years. It's the major industry showcase. I think the MCIA team do a fantastic job of keeping it going and putting on what they do every year to keep it fresh.
Okay, I know you're extremely passionate about motorcycling. You're just talking to us about that. But what do you think are the main things that motorcycling give to people?
Well, I mentioned the sort of freedom, but I think it's also very practical things as well. Mobility, lower cost transport in many cases, a good way of getting from A to B, and also it's better for the environment if you ride, no matter what you ride.
And what do you think about the future and the sort of electric bike development?
Well, the NMC has been pretty active in that world with the support of BMF and our other members. Really what we've been pushing for with government is to make sure they take a multi-technological approach. So it's not just about battery electric, it's hydrogen fuel cells, it's e-fuels, in a way that means we can preserve what we like, what we want to protect, and continue to enjoy that, while also embracing a zero-carbon future.
And in representing motorcyclist rights and aspirations and what they want to see for the future and what's troubling them at the moment, do you have regular meetings with government?
We're pretty engaged with government. One of the things that's been really good about the NMC is it's brought together all these different groups. That multiplies the strength of the different organisations. It means we're better able to get the ear of government and put our case across. So contact with ministers, officials, different departments and other stakeholders is pretty regular.
And what do you think are the main concerns of motorcyclists at the moment? What's on their mind?
Well, all riders all have different priorities, but road conditions, the ability to park, the ability to access places, particularly if you're an off-road rider, green roads rider, and also worry and concern about the future of riding and whether we'll get a fair deal on environmental issues.
And do you think you're having some success in those sort of areas?
Bit by bit we're chipping away at the barriers that are stopping the emancipation of riding in public policy terms. But for riders, we need to make sure that they exist in an environment which is good for them, actually reduces their vulnerability and allows them to enjoy their bikes.
Okay, and there's been a lot of talk about the sort of mental health benefits of motorcycle riding and the well-being for riders. What have you got to say about that?
It's a really key point. We hear a lot about mental health issues. Since the pandemic in particular, it's a major concern for many now, and quite rightly so in many cases. We partner with Mental Health Motorbike, and we think the whole mental health, well-being, quality of life issues, they're really part of the overall positive when it comes to motorcycling. It's not really been featured or highlighted before, but in many ways this is a factor which makes motorcycling attractive to a much wider range of people, and we need to be responsive to people who have issues with their mental health.
Okay, and probably the final question from me, in terms of government targets for net zero by 2050, is that achievable with the strategy they've got at the moment with motorbikes, and what could motorbike cycling contribute to those targets?
Well, the strategy at the moment for transport decarbonisation is basically in chaos. The Prime Minister put back the dates to 2035 for car decarbonisation, which runs right over the top of their original proposals for motorcycles. That really means that those particular proposals have to go back to square one. We've argued all along that it has to be proportionate. has to be market-led, has to be technology-led, not arbitrary targets by a government that doesn't really know its way on the issue at the moment.
Well, thank you very much, Carey-Clinch from NMC. It's been really interesting talking to you.
Thank you.